Hello, my lovely people. What's up? What's up? I think we're live. Yeah, we're live. We're good. Hope you guys are doing well. I feel like I feel so tired. I got out of work. My shoulder hurts because I was playing volleyball and I did physical therapy. So it's going as well as it can to get better, but now we're going back to coding. So yay. I think the last time we just got the server up and running, or like the receiver and send ports, which I was really happy about. But now we need to see, the thing is now we need multi-provider, main app is here. Okay, yeah. So we need all of this. Let's see if we can use all this. I think we can. We need all of this to happen after all the models are ran, because I guess this can happen in the init state, or it can happen here. Honestly, it doesn't really matter because this gets passed through after. Should we do it in the init state? Do we care if it's in the init state? Init state has access to context. I say we put this in init, right? Is it a build? Let me think. We are creating a server. We're creating a server. What's widget binding? I think widget binding is for... Okay, I think widget binding is for did change lifecycle. Yeah, it is for widget. Okay. Let's put it in here. And then we can see if this works. It should work. That way we can we can also store the receive port in our main app, right? Okay, well, let's take it one step at a time. Let's build this first because it's going to take a while for our app to build. Yeah, it's going to do a bunch of loud stuff. And then we can try and... Let's see. I think in a init state, this is already done. Like, the notifiers are already established. Yeah, so we need a new... Okay, in this model, we need to pull... We need to get appless. Get appless update. Okay, so we can just do get appless too. Okay, so we can do... Initially, we used get appless to grab an appless, but now we also want to use it for updates. So this statement is kind of wrong because we're getting an app list. Okay, no, I think it's fine. We can just put a comment here. Retrieves an updated usage data and stores it in app list. Cool. And then I think this is fine. So we can just... This is going to lag a little bit, but let's see if this works. So when we when we go here, it should still trigger. Okay, nice. It still triggers and it still receives it. And then what we need to do now is we need to have this. So we can do now that we did this, I'm pretty sure that we don't have to do it this way as well. I'm pretty sure for overlays, we don't even need to pass this. We can just go into our shared preferences. Okay, that's for a different time for sure. But we have to update this. Let me put a task. I just wasn't calling into the right thing before. I'm pretty sure this will work because these are both entry points. What is this? Why are you like this? Oh wait, we don't need this. Okay, so now, do we even need this anymore? Init, background model. Is this even used at all? It's not, right? Alright, I don't think we need this anymore. And then what we need here is, for one, we need this to be a receive port. I want to make that specific. And then I want final block page model. All right, let's see if we have access to context. Seems like we do. I mean, we could see if this is real instance of blocked app. Let's do appless. Let's see if this, let's see if it prints out the appless here. Yeah, appless has not been initialized. Yep, okay, cool. That is what I expected. That's why I didn't trust this, because there's no way. It could be that all of this is created from a change notification provider. Yeah, we probably want to put this, I guess, here maybe. Let's see if this works. Okay, this is still not initialized. All right, let's see if this works. All right, it doesn't seem like it's working. Okay, it's still crashing. Why is it still crashing? Let's see where get applets is used. Okay, I think what's happening here applets initialized. Oh, we do use applets initialized. Okay. So this is a future statement, which is why this is bugging out here. So actually it's fine. I think there is a context here. I think the problem is that this needs to go in does it need to go in the method? Yes, right? Because it needs access to content. So let's do test. So now we can run test somewhere or create receive port, and we can run create receive port anywhere now, but now we can have this run in the background because it's asynchronous. Hey, what's up, Ritam? What's up? Welcome to stream. Welcome. Hope you're doing well today. This is gonna be a pretty short stream, but we're gonna try our best. Like, I think we're going for another 45 minutes, so it's like about an hour, but I think it'll be good still. I think it'll still be a good session. We have to search up Flutter, how to wait. So we want to wait for app list initialized first. I think it's future.wait. Let's see if this works using future wait. I feel like a wait might be good too, though. Like, do we really have to do this fancy schmancy thing? We'll probably do this, await, and then print. Alright, let's try this out. Oh, this is gonna work because we didn't call this anywhere. Let's call it here. Because this is a no rush, I think. Let's see if we still crash. I don't think it's crashing. Wait. I can't tell if it is. We should see this. Okay, yeah, cool. So this is working and this does get initialized. We are printing a lot of different things and we should probably clear a lot of print statements out, but we can clear that out whenever we want. What's up, Natnael? Hopefully I didn't murder your name. I probably did, but welcome to stream. Hello, hello. Okay, so this works. Waiting for the app to initialize and then app list. Honestly, if this is the case, shouldn't we always in gap app list, shouldn't we always yeah, I guess we can't really wait for this to process before returning true. Like, there's no way to do that. Like, we can't await for this unless we could do like dot. Yeah, no, I don't think there's a easy way to do this. Is format, is this an async? Yeah, this isn't an async, so. If that's not an async, then there's no way to do like a dot then. Hope you guys are having a good day. And if you guys want to code with me, that's always a good thing to do. Hope you guys be productive along with me. I don't know why this is here, but we'll take that out. What am I programming? I'm programming my app, my productivity app. There's more about it in the description below. Like I have a landing page and stuff. So there's a link down there, I think. Yeah, there's a link there. I wonder if this is a problem. It calls both periodic tasks, but I think that might just be like an asynchronous thing. How do I is it debug? Yeah, it's debug. Okay, I think here. Where is it? We probably want to cancel one of them, right? There's no easy way to do that, so. Okay, we'll just ignore. I don't think there's an actual case. Hopefully it's not. I don't think it is. I think this is just a case of having to start something and then restarting it over and over again. Because I'm pretty sure if I like stop this and I run it again and I background it, it should be okay. Great work. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm trying my best here. Trying my best to code it up. I have never worked in mobile app dev. Yeah, me either. Well, I mean, I guess not necessarily. Like, I do work on mobile app development for work, but I've never done it like open source or did it by myself. Like built like a whole application that's cross-platform properly by myself. But there's always a first for everything, so I'm hoping that this app turns out to be something that people use a lot. I have a long way to go though, for sure, but we're getting there. I never thought that it would be so complicated, like making all of this, but like I haven't worked on UI in so long. I have mainly been working on I've mainly been working on testing different things out, or doing a lot of back-end stuff. Okay, so this all works. And now what we need to do is we have to call get app list Is this also an async? We can make it async, right? This updates the usage data, right? Do we store this anywhere? I don't think we store this. Oh, we don't. We do not store this. Oh boy. So we don't store this appless anywhere. It is stored locally every time we run it. And we don't really want to save that too, because that's a lot of app data. But this updates all of our apps. We need to put logic in here. Put logic that says, that checks if this is a first run. If it's not a first run, check for updated data. Something like this. Yes. We don't necessarily need to send over all of the app list. We just need to send check for updated data and return if only one app was modified in the last 10 seconds. Something like that. Or in the last, our program runs every 5 seconds, so we should do every 5 seconds. In the last 5 seconds. In the last, because this is going to take some time too. We should do, okay, we have a lot of work to do. It should not take 5 seconds to retrieve the data. So we can check in the last 3 seconds, right? Can you share some skills I need, because I never get the chance for internships. Yeah, I could share some tips or some skills that you may need. So I'm trying my best to talk about things that'll help you guys. I talked a little bit about having like a problem-solving mindset, so that's important to have. You can get a problem-solving mindset by solving more problems, obviously, but start with like Rubik's Cubes or playing chess. Those are good ways to understand how to apply logic and understand patterns in the same way that in the same logical way that computers and computer science concepts work. And then there's a lot of soft skills outside of the technical ability. So having a lot of patience to understand computer science topics, because they can be a little bit difficult, and taking your time to collaborate with other people just so that you can like not feel alone in the entire process. So lots of soft skills, collaborate, like being a collaborator, being resilient, being like patient. Those are all a lot of important things for I guess like honing your skills. And then outside of that, I think having like another soft skill, just taking the initiative as well, trying to, like, if you see an opportunity, you just go for it, whether it's working on something that's open source or an internship. Like, internships do kind of roll around when they do, and they can be rare sometimes. So sometimes you have to create opportunities for yourself, and a lot of it is from throwing yourself into different areas or different communities and finding where the opportunities are there, rather than trying to just wait for applications to come back and see if you got an internship or not. But hopefully that all helps. There's a like learning is easy. Learning and doing computer science is easy when you have these soft skills. So I feel like the technical part, it can be complicated, but if you have the tenacity and the resilience to work on it all the time, then it's no different than being a lawyer that reads a lot, or a doctor that's practiced over and over again to make sure that they're really good at their job. So, yeah, hopefully that helps. Let's see. We want to send back. Honestly, I should just create something new, right? Um, we should probably make a new one. Yeah, let's make a new one. Let's make a new one. Get applet should only be used to. Yeah, because it's always going to invoke. It's always going to invoke get usage stat. No, I think this is correct. I think it's fine to put in here. This method is so short anyway. We can definitely build it up. So should I just do this now? I wanted to return a profile app. No, I should make it. I should make it a different one. This is going to get too complicated, and the return value is different. Yeah, let's make a new one. Let's do future profile app. Check for retrieve most used See, I don't really want to give it. I don't want to create a profile app. I mean, I guess it's okay if it's just blank, because we can check if the package name is empty or something, right? Okay, and then what we want to do here is we get the returned list. We want to do a list profile app. This is the updated list, right? So this happens if it works. If it works, this is what should happen. And when we have an updated list, we have to do, you know what we need to do? Flutter, how to turn a list to a hash. All right, so this is going to create a hash set. And then what we can do here is we can just go into the list, because it's a O of 1. Yeah, so we can say if it contains. Okay, cool. So we can say for Profile app. Hey, what's up, Myro? Welcome to the stream. I did 3 boot camps and failed every coding interview. I'm starting to feel like coding is not for me. I'm $75,000 in debt and can't get a job. What do I do? Well, I'm sorry to hear that that's your situation. If it makes you feel better, I went through college and I was $200,000 in debt, and now I'm at 100,000. I think I've been paying it off for 6 years now, and I have a better job that's able to help me pay it off. So I just want to let you know that it does get better. Sometimes it does feel like there's a lot of things moving against you, but don't give up. So that's like the first thing, just like very general positive advice. I know it's not very helpful, but I'm a man of many words. So um so let's just start off with that, right? Let's just get your head, like, let's get your mindset, your mind frame, or your frame of mind in the right place. And let's just try to be more positive, because it does feel grim when that happens. So the first thing I want to ask, I guess, is you did 3 boot camps. Why did you do 3 boot camps? Usually boot camps kind of cover the same thing. Like they relatively try to prepare people or give them a general understanding of the tech industry, and so they end up kind of showing the same thing. So I'm kind of confused why you did 3 of them. If you're failing coding interviews, then it doesn't mean that you're not smart. It just means that you haven't practiced enough to understand the patterns. So all of the coding interviews in general, like in any, like for any coding interview, are all just data structures and algorithms, right? So there's only a finite amount of data structures and algorithms, which means that all of the questions that you see are just problems that can be broken down into patterns. So a certain set of problems are going to use hash maps, a certain set of problems are going to use binary trees, another set is going to use arrays, and another set is going to use linked lists, right? So it's about understanding, like, reading the problem and understanding what type of problem you're dealing with and what data structure you can use in order to solve it. That is the technical aspect of it. If you feel like your pattern recognition is fine, like you are understanding what the problem is and you're getting solutions consistently, then I would say that what I would think is probably lacking is probably some soft skills. So if you're just like, if you know the answer and you're just solving the problem and you're not really going through your thought process, then it kind of makes it hard for somebody to understand what you're doing. And at the end of the day, it's almost like, if that's the type of experience that if that's your performance for the interview, then it's kind of like if you did your math homework at home and then you handed it into your teacher. Like, your teacher doesn't know all the hard work you went through or your thought process when trying to solve the problem. So I would say the last part was for the technical part, and then like, if you feel like you have it, then you probably need to work on some soft skills that makes you a little bit better of a collaborator or a little bit better of a communicator when it comes to sharing your code. But it's a good thing that you're getting coding interviews. Like, that's already a huge part. It means that you at least have gotten the credibility to get your foot in the door. You just got to close it out a little bit, you know? If you feel like coding is not for you, because you're discouraged, because you're failing. Um, that's totally normal. But what I would say to that is, if you're going to feel like that for coding, like if the only reason that you think coding isn't for you is because you're failing, then I would I would I would recommend, just from like a friend perspective, right? Like I wouldn't recommend quitting, just because if that's the current mentality, then what's to stop you from quitting when it's carpentry or business or mathematics or science, right? Like these are, it's all the same, like it's all the same concept. If you're anything that you start in life, you're going to fail. Like nobody wakes up one day and they're just perfect at what they do. Everybody is going to fail, and you have to get used to understanding that failing is a part of growing, and it's a part of progressing. And if you're failing a lot of things, then it means that you're going in the right direction. If you're failing, it means that you're learning from your mistakes, and if you're not learning from your mistakes, then you have to start learning from them. But that is the quickest and the easy, and weirdly the easiest way to progress in life. The easiest way is to fail, because it very quickly, like falling on the ground, or falling and having a really hard fall, it, like, reality snaps in your head, like mentally and even, and sometimes physically, to tell you, okay, like this is real, like you aren't okay, you are not doing right. And it forces you to learn, and it pushes you and it motivates you to do better. Like if you just were perfect at everything and you were a genius and everything, like sure, you'll be able to cruise through life, but at some point, like even geniuses have to deal with failure. And when they deal with failure for the first time, they won't know what to do, because it's their first time dealing with failure. And I've seen it happen. So you're doing well, you're doing great, and just trust that you trust just trust the process. And if you don't want to trust the process because that's some cliche BS, then I urge you to look at the past, like three, you did 3 boot camps, and boot camps usually last 6 months. So let's say you've been doing this for a year and a half. Look at the past year and a half, right? Look at all of the progress that you made. Think about who you were before you did the 3 boot camps. Like, yeah, sure, you were $75,000 richer technically because you weren't in debt, but think about all of the knowledge that you've accrued. Think about, look at your resume, man. Like look at your resume and see how well you're doing. Like you're not failing by any means. You're just not there yet, right? So a little bit of tough love. I know I'm a little stern, and I'm coming off a little bit angry, or just a little bit like a dick, but sometimes you just kind of need the strong supportive push in the back, rather than like the gentle happy positive thoughts, just because sometimes that's just what kind of gets through, especially what helps when fighting against a lot of the negative thoughts. Like negative thoughts don't really mix well with like positive, like you got this, man. So um hopefully that helps you, Myro. um this stream is recorded and it goes live after I end it. So if you need to hear it again, then you can always tune back into this live stream, and you can watch it again for motivation whenever you need it. But you're gonna get out of it. You're gonna get a job. You're gonna do great, and I know you're gonna do great, because I mean you did 3 boot camps, man. If you can do 3 boot camps, I don't doubt your tenacity. So you just gotta believe in yourself again, and you gotta trust that tenacity again. Um, and you'll be great. What's up, Ebere? What's up? What's up? Welcome back. Your goal is to land a role and tackle the debt bit by bit. I'll keep at it. This advice is very helpful. Yeah. I hope it was helpful. I don't. I One of the things that I try to do in the community is I try to just kind of like end a lot of the normalized stigmas of the tech social industry. Like there's a lot of content creators that just kind of hold back from just actually helping people, like from a psychological level or from like a self-improvement level, and they'll just either like promote whatever leak code thing they're doing, or promote whatever skill tree, skill based, whatever the hell it is. No shade to them. Like they're getting their bag, they're doing great, but this is the type of advice that actually This is the type of advice that will actually help you. And I know it'll help you because it's what I wish I would have heard was, when I just finished college. I didn't learn anything in my 4 years. I had $200,000 in debt. And on top of that, I didn't have any money to do a boot camp. And so what did I do? I went online, and I went to MIT online and Harvard online, and I just took the online courses, and I studied for every single day for 4 hours after work, because I had a 9 to 5, because I had to help. I had to help my family. So it's tough. It's tough, and I did that for 2 years, and like I learned a lot, obviously, and I'm happy I got through it, but these are the things that got me through it. Like, I'm telling you this stuff just because I lived through it. Like that, if you can take these words and you can at least take 10% of it and apply it, or even just anything that doesn't apply to you, or you think that what I'm saying is BS and you think that it doesn't apply to you, just leave it at the door. Take the good things, leave the bad things, and if you can at least take at least one good thing out of it, then it'll just improve a lot of your chances, just because it'll change your mindset for a lot of things. So just keep it up and you got it. Hey, what's up, Kelvin? Welcome to the stream. How do you manage your work-life balance as a software engineer? Man, I mean, am I really balancing it? It's 9:44 p.m. I'm about to go to bed in like 20 minutes, and I'm still coding like my personal project after I worked a 9 to 5. But like I worked my 9 to 5. I traveled home. I did some physical therapy, and then I went straight into my coding project. And I try to do that every day as much as I can, but I leave weekends out. I leave weekends out to help recharge myself. Definitely Saturdays are the days that I'll I used to work 8 hours. Like, I used to work on my app for 8 hours on Saturday, like a whole work day. But I found that if I did like 4 hours, I would feel pretty content with it. And then I would spend the other 4 hours and the rest of the day to hang out with my friends and family. So overall, I would say stop at 5 p.m. like during the work days. I know it seems like it can be stressful, or if you have on call and you can't get off at 5 p.m., like those days are exceptions, and I get it. But most days where you're not on call, the problems are all tech, right? Like it's all virtual, it's all in the cloud, it's all in the air. And just think about that. Like, the tech will be fine. Things may burn down, but things cannot burn down so fast in 24 hours that you will that the world will explode, right? Like if you work at any company, like anywhere from a startup all the way to a big corporation, there is a backup somewhere. There's something that's backward compatible somewhere. There's something that's a stable version that people can revert to. And you have to remember that. Like, yes, it'll bring things back. Maybe you'll be blamed, whatever. You have time. You have 8 hours the next day to work on things again, to pick up the slack, and to be like, all right, I messed up before I left, but I got my 8 hours of sleep. I got to hang out after 5 p.m. and now I'm back at work for another 9 to 5, so I can work on that. And they pay you 9 to 5. They don't pay you to go past that unless they do. If it's overtime, then sure. But I've never heard of a software company that gives overtime. So just try to make these small little adjustments to realize that work is not life. And that's kind of the general gist of mastering work-life balance. I've also read a lot of self-improvement books. What's a good self-improvement book for work-life balance? I would recommend 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's my favorite self-improvement book. It's by Stephen Covey, Stephen, and then Covey, Covey. I would say that book is just a general good book for understanding self-improvement, and I think it kind of sets your mind right for understanding life in a way where work isn't at the center of it. And I think that's how you end up managing work-life balance. As soon as you realize that like the work-life balance, like as soon as you realize that it's your life and that work is one of the circles around your life, then it becomes a lot easier to balance. It's almost like life is in the center of it and work kind of takes its own orbit around you, similar to like video games or spending times with friends and family. Like you never tell to yourself, "Oh, I'm spending too much time like playing video games or I'm spending too much time like with friends and family," right? And the reason why you don't is because it's kind of an orbit in your life. Like it's not the center of it. And work life balance feels unbalanced and it feels like work is taking over when you kind of put work in the middle of it. So you kind of have to just take it out a little bit. Try to hard stop yourself at 5 p.m. Like try it one day. Try it one day and you'll probably completely understand what I'm saying. Like you'll stop at 5, just ignore your coworkers, just like walk towards the door or just say goodnight and head out the door and try that for a day. Try it, and then if you feel bold, try it for a week and you'll start to just realize how much time you have left, and you'll also realize how much time you end up putting towards clarity when it comes to a lot of your projects. I actually found that the reason why I'm able to maintain work-life balance so well is because I give myself the break. It allows me to think about what I need to do for my project when I step away from it. Like lots of times you actually figure out what you need to do for your project when you step away because physiologically or biologically, your brain's creative side becomes gets more enhanced and gets better when you're not in a stressed environment. So that's why people get a lot of their great ideas in the shower. It's because like the shower is seen as a safe space, but it's also like a place that relaxes people because like the hot water like relaxes people as well, and you get a creative idea. Like that's the reason why in computer science, when you step away, you go take a shower, you get the same thing when you're like in bed and you're like thinking about the problem. You're like, oh, I just got the answer and I want to try this tomorrow. I get those 24/7. And so I end up being able to take a break and I end up being able to solve my problems at the same time when I get back into work. And that's another thing. The best thing about software engineering is that it is virtual. Everything is in your head. You can probably carry a good 5 files and a good amount of architecture and whatever you're working on inside your head when you get used to it. You do not need to sit at the computer and pretend that you are working hard in order for yourself to have a good work-life balance. It is more effective to take a step out, keep it in your head, and just go through your day and then come back when you have an answer, which is what I did a lot when I was practicing lead code. I would read the question and then I would go wherever I want to go. If I had to go see a friend, I would travel an hour to see my friend, and the entire hour I would think about the lead code problem in my head. And by the time I was done with my drive or whatever the travel is, I would go into my phone, go into my notes app, and I would write crappy pseudocode to whatever thing I wanted to try, just so I wouldn't forget. And then when I came home, I went into the notes app, I wrote it down, and I tried to implement it properly. But yeah, giant spiel on work-life balance, but hopefully that also helps you out. What's up, Aryan? Just woke up and came here to say hi. It's 8:15 in India. Cool. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Just wondering, on what thing are you working on right now, Google? All of my work is public. So I'm gonna leave it as an Easter egg for everybody watching right now. But you can find my work in the Chromium repo. So if you don't know what that is, it's essentially a public repository that hosts a public version for the Chrome browser, but like the public version. So it's a web browser repository, and Chromium is actually used in a bunch of different things. I think it's used in Bing. I think it might be used in Opium. It's like a gaming. I forgot what it is. It's like a gaming web browser. It's like Optics or something like that. But a lot of other web browsers, like third-party web browsers, are built off Chromium. Um, and I work on Chrome iOS. If you go to my LinkedIn page, you'll see a lot of information about my job. But I work on Chrome for iOS devices, and um, and yeah, I'm just working on the app. I can't speak specifically on the features or projects that I'm working on, but I could speak a little bit about my team because that's all public information. I could speak about um, how my work is public because it is, which I'm really happy about because I don't have to keep it behind shut doors. Like you can find my CLs, you can find all the code changes, at least the public ones, in that Chromium repo. If you just type like Chromium repo on Google, like you'll find it, and then you can find me pretty easily because my name's pretty easy to search up. But I'm not gonna do all the work for you guys. I'm gonna leave that up to you. But yeah, that's pretty much um yeah, that's pretty much what I'm working on. But yeah, I was hoping to get a little bit more work done, but I ended up answering your guys' questions instead, which I'm completely happy to do. Um, but I do have to head out because I have work tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be here tomorrow because I might be getting some food with some friends. So there you go. There's a work-life balance, Kelvin. And um yeah, I don't know when I'll be back. Probably the weekend. I'll probably be back on like Friday maybe, and we'll pick it up from there. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next stream. I love you all. Have a good night. Make sure to keep coding, and I'll see you guys in the next one.